You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building,
Boosie Badazz. What's up, my brother?
What's up, Boosie?
What up, man? What up, man? What up, man? Boosie got Boosie juice. What's that, moonshine?
Vodka liquor. He got some vodka.
It says all you gotta do is add pineapple juice.
Some vodka. I got my little drink now. And, man, you think that music how you live?
Turn the mic to Boosie.
Charlamagne, you gotta drink some of this Boosie. I drink juice. Some of it. I'm talking about this man. This thing gonna have you so lit, and it make you freaky.
All right, please don't drink it, Charlamagne.
Yeah, I'm talking about, man. Hey, I don't know what it is, bro. What's in it? It just look like a vitamin. Man, moonshine, gasoline. That's what I call it, But it really turns you up, and get you in the mood.
All right.
What made you want to get into that business?
I'm just trying to brand everything now.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of investors winning with me, so I'm gonna go with my move. I don't make so much money in music.
You really need that to get you in the mood, though? Because I don't feel like...
No, I'm just saying what it does,
right, okay.
I don't need that. I need some woman to get me in the mood.
I'm with that, too, but I always need a little something extra, you know what I'm saying? As I get up in age, I need a little something just to keep me motivated. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Now, Boosie, you're not Little Boosie anymore.
Right.
Boosie Badazz.
Now, why'd you change your name from Little Boosie to Boosie Badazz?
Because I got tired of, little shrimps, little guys coming up to me with, like, what up, Lil Boosie? Nah, I'm like a kingpin to you. I got tired of turning on the news when I was in trouble, and Little Boosie and has done. If you talking about I did all this, I shouldn't be called no Lil.
Yeah.
So I just got this. I just when I reconstructed my deal when I came home, I'm like, man, take that little shit out.
Right. Boosie has the craziest story. I know you're doing a Boosie movie and everything.
I can't wait for that.
Right. But you've had like such everything that could have happened with you from a very young age. So let's talk about that, because who actually wrote the script? I'm sure
I wrote the script.
You wrote the script yourself.
I wrote the script. All they doing is polishing it up. I wrote the script. It's basically on my life story. I come up in poverty, but I came up. I've been through a lot of stuff on my way to get here. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of falls, and I just keep getting back up and just making the best out of whatever.
It seems like you come back better every time.
Yeah, like I get put through stuff to come back harder.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm fighting diabetes right now. I'm exercising, got me a personal trainer, things like that. I just beat cancer.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And you're 100% cancer free now.
Yeah. They took like 30% of my kidney out, but I ain't got no cancer in it. They removed all the cancer.
Now, how did
What
you
else you took? Did anything else you take? Because I know it wasn't just medicine from the hospital. You from Louisiana. I know you had grandmas and mamas and everybody passing you stuff.
Nah, basically I had to go straight in the surgery.
Got you.
Yeah, I had to go straight in the surgery and drop a bag and just get it out of me,
Now tell people how you realized that you had cancer.
Oh, like before I go on my road trips or whatever, I go get fluids and shit, what I'm saying? So I be strong.
Fluids meaning IV water.
IV water, and stuff like that before I get on the plane. And my side was just hurting. I'm like, damn, my side hurting. But I drunk a little liquor that night, so I was thinking, man, I'm walking out the hospital. Something say, man, ask your doctor for an MRI. I said, man, let me get an MRI on my side. And that dude came back and said I had cancer. I said, no, go back down. Let's do another one.
I need a second opinion.
Right. No, you do, though.
Yeah. So that's when they told me I had renal cell carcinoma in my kidney.
Something must have felt really wrong, because I've never requested, I need to get an MRI.
That's what I said.
I wouldn't even think of that.
Not at all.
Yeah, I do that all the time. That's what you got health insurance for. What?
Yeah.
Anything hurt on
I
me,
would
I'm
never
going to
even
the
think I
hospital.
need an MRI. I've never asked for that.
Yeah. It was like a sharp pain, man. I was like, so I went and got checked, and that's what it was. And I had to go. I ain't had no damn insurance. I had to go to the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston. And I went up there trying to write them a check. They was like, we'll see you in 3 months, 4 months. I told them I had $96,000 cash for the surgery. They said, we'll cut on you in 6 days.
You
Right.
see that? That's the
Cash
one
rules.
thing I hate about America. You ever seen that movie, John Q? John Q really make you realize how messed up the health system is in America, man.
Yeah, I was like, man, I could be dead in 3-4 months.
Yep.
But they're like,
I just feel sorry for a lot of people who can't,
who don't have it.
who don't have it to help themselves, you know.
and I remember people were trying to say, oh, he's lying, he's faking cancer.
Yeah.
I was like, why would he make something like that up?
Not me. I've been through too much. You think I want some cancer?
Right. I couldn't understand why people would even think that. It's crazy to
You
me.
didn't hide from it at all either. You took it right to social media, which I always was like, I don't know if I would do that because the energy's so negative on social media, and you got to keep your energy, your spirits up in those times.
I just felt like I needed help, you know. I just felt like I needed prayer, man. You know, I'm from the South, man. I got a praying family now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man. I was just like, it might be over this time. You know, you just beat the death penalty. You just did this. You ain't never fight nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. I was stressed out. Man.
So Boosie be having moments of doubt? I don't believe that, my
Oh,
brother.
yeah, I was stressed out with this cancer, bro. Like, when this hit me, bro. Then I had lost 2 aunties and an uncle to cancer the same year. So this hit me, like, and they went like that, you know. So this hit me like, man, this ain't the court system. This ain't nothing like that. This the real deal. So I just prayed about it and was trying to get it out of me, you know.
I could tell you changed a lot, though, because even in your music, it's I think after you got out of jail, it's like it's more of a conscious Boosie.
Man, Boosie been conscious.
It's way more.
No, man.
Yes,
Boosie
absolutely.
been conscious, man, in a street way.
Way more now.
No, man.
Yes,
Boosie
absolutely.
been conscious, man.
Yeah, I'm more grateful now, you know. I'm more grateful for everything I got, and I'm more grateful for my freedom. I'm more grateful for life, you know what I'm saying? But I still a fucking up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think your music been conscious. I mean, think about it. When Ferguson happened, your music was the soundtrack with Ferguson.
Man, I've been telling, man, I've been talking about the police for over 10, 12
they
years.
down the police like the police.
You know, I used to have the males call me like, Boosie, stop it. Like, you know, like, but I've been saying what was going on. Like, this been happening.
It's
It's
been
just
happening to you.
these camera phones, man. These camera phones, everybody got them. Like, it used to be our word against their word, but now it's camera phones.
And even with the camera phone, sometimes it still don't matter.
Yeah, because, you know,
They're
you got to
like, they
understand that
acted in
the
the right
cops,
manner.
the cops have the law already to get away with it.
Right.
They have the rules on their side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard for us to. It's hard. It's better for us to win on a civil suit than to win in court.
That's never
criminal
happening.
court.
They'll
That's
cut-
not
they'll cut
because
you a
their
check for it.
rules already.
Yeah.
Like a cop really can shoot you if he telling you to put one hand up and you put two.
You're like, I told you one. Why did he not do what I
Yeah,
said?
he did
Follow
not say what I
instructions.
did.
Right.
You know, he didn't show his hands in time. The
And then
rules
we're
are
so
for them. you
And
know?
then we're so nervous too, because when we get approached by the cops and they're yelling at you, do this, do that, and you just get a little like, oh my God, I'm nervous. I don't know what. And the
Yeah,
next
because it's a
thing you know,
gun
you
in
get
my
shot.
face. I don't got no training to having no gun in my face.
What the problem is the cops are afraid when they at the police academy.
Right.
You know, when they pull you over, they shaking, they're afraid. They see dreads, they see gold teeth, they scared already. A man with a gun and he's scared, that's a dangerous person.
Absolutely.
You know, so you already scared. You know, they need to check these people heart monitorings do something before they just let them hire them like that. People be afraid. You know, they only saw what they saw on TV with black people. You know, they ain't live in the hood and see black people got
Right.
good to them. You know, they just see it on TV, so they already afraid. So if you're afraid, you already shaking.
Right.
Now, somebody was showing me, a friend of mine is from Baton Rouge, and he just went there a couple of weeks ago with all the flooding that had happened, and things still look really bad. And I'm wondering why that's not getting more attention. He was showing me all this video footage, like, look, they haven't done anything here. This is still a mess. It seems like nothing's been done.
I don't know. I just think, you know, the federal government needs to take care of their business, you know. A lot of people out there, they done lost everything. You know, I tried to send them a lot of stuff, but I don't get to do so much.
I saw you were out there. You had the truck, and you had bags and bags and bags of stuff to give away to people.
Yeah, but, you know, like now, it's sad. You know, the houses, the whole neighborhood stink. Like they smell, the whole neighborhoods, when you ride through neighborhoods, they just smell like old mildew.
Right.
You know, they ain't doing what they supposed to do. That's how I feel, but, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world.
When did you realize you had to get out of the hood? Because
I ain't realized till I was in prison.
that you had to get
Oh,
out.
out the hood or out Baton Rouge?
Out of Baton Rouge.
When I got to prison. I was like, damn, man. But
was it the police or the people that made you feel like that though? Like the people in the
Nah, it was just me being in a bad situation now, and I ain't listening to what everybody told me.
Yeah.
Jesus, everybody was been telling me, man, get out. What you still in Baton Rouge for? You know, I'm in a country club. You know,
Yeah.
ain't nobody running me nowhere. You know, I was childish in the mind.
Yeah.
You know, so basically me falling and, you know, being like, man, bro, I could have been in another state, you know what I'm saying? I could have been somewhere where people, you know, show more gratitude, more love towards me.
Do you see that more people in different states show you more love than hometown sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. I go, you know, I'm a hero. This is like Charlamagne. Mm-hmm. Charlamagne can go in South Carolina, Georgia, anywhere he want to, and it's all love. Mm-hmm. It is all love. People will jump in front of you. You better not touch him.
Yep.
You know. Right. But where you from, where you reside at, will hate the ground you walk on, bro, for no reason. For no reason. Mm-hmm. You know, but the reason be because you're not making them a part of your team. Mm. You know, that's they really want to be your friends. They really want to be a part of your team.
They want to be on payroll.
Yeah, you know, they want your job, bro. You know, they really want your job. That's what basically people hate.
That's true. I saw we had Kevin Hart up here the other day, right? And he's doing so many big things.
Right.
And he's a real positive person. To myself, I say, who could hate on somebody that's only trying to help other people, encourage people, motivate them?
Yeah, if you're on the internet, you see him just made $50 million and you
$90 million in 1 year,
and you fighting to pay your rent for the month.
But then I see people like, he's not funny. And why y'all have him up? I'm like, yo, why you hating on this man who works hard all the time? I just don't understand it.
People hate success.
Yep.
I keep telling people hate success. That's why all that Illuminati, all that BS they be talking about people with. Why is it only for successful people?
No, for successful black
people. Why
is
is it only for success? Why it ain't for the teacher at school?
Yeah.
Why it ain't for the college kid who working hard? Why he's not with the Illuminati?
Right.
Why the Kappa is not with the Illuminati?
Yeah.
Like, you just think of it, it's only for success. That is something to bring successful people down.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
And if it was that easy, why you don't join the Illuminati?
For real. If you're gonna bring me all this goddamn money, you think I be doing shows every 3-4 days? Shit, I'm finna sacrifice every damn body if it's all this.
Hey, speaking of conspiracy theories, a few months ago, they kept sending me an article. It was like, Boosie Badazz sat with Charlamagne and said that Gucci Man is a clone.
Man, I don't know
like, what the hell that happened?
I was like, y'all did an interview without us.
Man, you got everybody calling me. You got TLC, everybody come. Did you go with Charlamagne and say? I say, I don't know what y'all talking about. It's 7:30 in the morning.
They posted a picture and everything. I'm like, wait a minute now.
When did I do this picture?
So you never said Gucci Man?
Nah, man. I ain't seen Gucci since he been home.
For real?
Nah, I ain't seen Gucci yet. I ain't seen Goo-Wop yet. So, you know, that was, you know, me and Goo-Wop, you know, we basically got that same crowd of fans. So I think people be trying to just stir up something, you know.
Like,
that'll look good for that'll look good for the social media, you know.
I'm surprised y'all ain't, he was on papers though, so y'all probably bumping each other soon.
Yeah, we'll probably run each other. He just sent me a record. I knocked out his record, so I'm waiting on him to knock out mine.
I heard you about to get off parole too.
Yeah, I got about a year left, bro.
Lord have mercy.
I'm ready to.
Why you said Lord have mercy like that? Like it's about to be crazy.
No, that's
like, what's he gonna do?
I don't know, is there anything parole keeps you from doing that you want to do?
Yeah, you know, I be want to smoke the chronic. You know, I be want to smoke the chronic and enjoy myself. You know, I be want to go to other countries and stuff like that. Like I gotta be seeing all kind of judges before I go somewhere. Mm-hmm. Just a big old headache, man. You know, for third offense marijuana. Like, are you serious? You know,
you should be able to smoke medicinal now, though.
Nah, bro. I just ain't got time to play with them.
Right.
I just gonna get this out the way, then.
Wait 1 year.
Right?
Yeah, wait 1 year, then I post me one smoking in Jamaica. Probably me and Snoop, somebody, you know. I'm enjoying myself.
Right.
Now tell me more about this Boosie movie. Where does it start, and what are some things that we're gonna see?
Well, I just want to say
you're gonna see laughter. You're gonna see.
About it. We're glad that you're actually writing the movie because I hate it when an artist passes away and somebody else writes the artist. It's kind of
right.
Like we see it through your eyes. We see your vision, and that's the best thing.
Because
I
know
this
we're
movie.
gonna see some good stories.
Yeah, you're gonna see some good stories. You're gonna see You might tear up, man.
I'm sure.
You're gonna see some good stories. It's funny. It's a classic. Like it's a ghetto. It's a hood Titanic.
Who you shooting it with?
I ain't picked my yet.
Production.
These last 2 months, I've been talking to all the big investors, the money, and you gotta get the business right first.
Are you gonna play yourself in the movie too?
At the end,
okay.
Towards the end, but
we looking for a young Boosie out there now.
Yeah, no, yeah, we looking for a young Boosie. I'm really looking for my mama right now. I got my dad. I got the most of the man. I'm looking for my mom and my girl right now.
Man, that casting gonna be so funny.
Yeah.
A bunch of young men with Boosie fades. You know, everybody gonna try to get the Boosie fade when they show up to audition for you.
Yeah, it gonna be tight though. Like, I think it'll make people who not on the Boosie wave get on the Boosie wave. Cause a lot of people, they don't really believe music no more. They just want the music to do them that. They don't really listen to the music and believe it anymore because there's so many fakes out here, who lying to them.
Right.
So I think the movie gonna open people out like, God damn, I ain't know he been through. I'm going buy his CD.
Oh, that's good.
And if you buy the CD, I got you.
And then when you hear the music in the movie, it also you hear songs you never heard before. Going along with the movie, you be like, yo, what's that? That's
right. I got the soundtrack completed.
Is there a Webby already casted in the movie?
Yeah, I got the Webby. I had to get the.
Now you had a conversation with Kodak Black.
Yeah.
A couple of months ago before he went in. What did you talk to him about?
Man, I was just telling him I think he need to move to Atlanta and
get out of Florida.
And get out of Florida, cause like every time I was hearing something, he was getting in trouble, and I was just like, man, you need to come get from out here, man. It ain't nothing to come back and see your people. But kind of remind me of me, bro. Like big old guns, you know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of remind me of me. But he gonna learn from his mistakes. It gonna make him better, I feel like it gonna make him better. He got a good promising career, but in Florida they don't play. You can't keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, that would scare me about them kids, man. Them kids, they not letting them kids make the same mistakes.
They sending you up the road, bro. They sending you away, and a rapper don't help you. And being a rapper don't help you. Them little charges he got, he could have got bonded out on that like it ain't nothing. You holding the man for these amount of days. They just. He had all them charges when he was younger, but now they can play with you now. So if he listens to this interview, I just tell him to get out and just stay out and just stay focused.
Right. I saw you speaking out about Officer Betty Shelby in Tulsa.
Yeah, man.
And how messed up that situation was.
Yeah, man. I'm watching CNN, bro. They talking about 4 years, man.
For murder.
They talking about 4 years for murder, man. For murder. They talking about 4 years for murder, bro. I'm like, bro, that's the law. Every city law is different. Every state law is different. That is the law, bro, and they gonna keep on walking. So with the police, I don't feel it's gonna get better. I don't feel it's gonna get better at all because it's gonna keep on riling up. Because all these officers who did that, they gotta go to court.
Got you.
And if they walk, what that make? Violence again. Right?
Absolutely.
They make the violence even more worse.
Yeah, they not setting no examples.
They not setting no examples. That's with anything. That's with drug dealers. That's with actors. That's with anything you doing illegal. You gonna keep doing it if you don't go to jail for it and get in trouble for it. What dope dealer gonna stop if he don't get caught?
Right.
What killer gonna stop if they don't get caught?
That's real.
So if they ain't convicting them, ain't no change gonna be made about it. Cause the belief is steady leaving away because ain't nobody getting convicted.
Right.
So what do we do? I mean, do you ever feel like, because you've been writing about police brutality forever, do you ever feel like, man, I got to write another verse? I wrote one 3 days ago. Okay.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna send it to you, Charlamagne. You gonna have to edit. You gonna have to do a lot of.
Clean up a little bit.
Yeah, you gonna
send it to Envy.
Yeah, Envy. It's called The Hate Song, and it's about the police.
Hold on, you said the hate songs was about a hate record to police.
It's called The Hate Song.
Okay.
And it's strictly about the police.
It's us. It's about how they hate us.
I was mad. It was right after I saw the thing, and a lot of it I said a little too much.
Oh.
I'm talking about all kind of stuff that I won't happen to the police. I'm just talking about, you know, like, I went overboard, man. But that's how I was feeling at the moment.
Right.
And I say it again.
Do you think there's any good police out there? Like, was there anybody that helped you out along the way?
Yeah, they got good police out there, man. Hell yeah, they got good police out there. But I don't trust none of them because they're a team.
Absolutely.
Just like me and my boys, we're a team.
All right.
If something happens with me and my boy, I'm taking up for my boy.
All right.
You know, this is my family. That's their family.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just like a gang. You know, they gonna ride with their gang, man. You know, who we shot, who we did, woo. What about, you know, they gonna ride with who they ride with, so I can't trust y'all as a whole. Period. Because y'all not gonna ride for me. If it's 3 of them and y'all shoot me down, y'all not gonna say that cop was wrong, he shot me down. Y'all gonna go by the protocol that says he didn't do what the officer told him.
That's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't trust the police. I don't like the police.
Now, putting out a song that you even feel like is a little overboard, do you feel like could that affect parole or could that have them
or even get you harassed?
Yeah, it can get me harassed, but I don't break no rules.
Right.
Like, what you gonna do to me? Like, I don't break no rules. You know, like I might take it to my PO and just let her hear it. You know, I'm not threatening anybody.
Right.
I'm not threatening anybody, but I'm saying what I would like to see.
But history has showed us, Boosie, you say you're not breaking no rules, but history has showed us they don't need reasons.
Right.
They can make up a reason.
But I know the law too.
Yeah.
You know, like, they can make it an assumption, but as far as taking it to court, you have to be threatening somebody unless it's freedom of speech. You know, I'm not threatening them saying I'm going to come in woo. But I'm telling you, I would like you convicted and raped with 10 different penises. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know.
You naming names like some of the officers that. Like
nah. I'm just saying.
They know who they are.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying it in the hole.
Yeah.
I'm asking them why you ain't shoot him in the leg if it was all that.
Yeah.
Why you had to shoot him in the head? It's just the first verse is just nothing but questions that I feel like they can't answer.
Right.
Now, Envy, but before you said the officers are trained to not just injure you.
No, officers are trained to defend themselves and kill. They're not trained to injure you and just shoot a knee.
Which I thought
but
was
I think the training needs to be done over. You know what I mean? Officers are not trained to shoot you in your leg and you fall. They're trained to kill once they feel like their life is threatened. That's why they're supposed to pull their gun out when their life is threatened.
Because when he said that before, I thought that was really crazy.
So yeah, officers are not trained to injure you.
No.
Right, they're trained to.
You know, have you ever seen officers shoot? Like, officers are sideways. They walking. You know, they surgical. Like, like they really know what they doing.
Aiming for vital organs. Yeah.
Like, you know, they know what they doing.
Because even when they do the target practice, it's all head and chest.
But mostly chest. Chest is the biggest target.
I see you got your fragrances coming out.
Yeah, I got my fragrance coming out. That's what I'm out here for now, doing the smell tests and things like that. So,
what kind of smells are we looking at?
I like to be in the tub. So I want like a fresh. I'm black. I gotta keep this blackness right.
In the tub.
Hey, look, I gotta keep this blackness right. You did. So I want like a freshness smell. I'm doing unisex.
Okay.
So I'm not just doing men. I'm doing unisex. A clean, fresh that men and women can wear.
Okay.
Because the women, you know, I got the women. I got the women. The women love me.
Right.
Especially the women in the hood. Ooh, they love me. You know the rest. I'm the king of the rest.
How many kids you got now?
8. I'm trying to make 2 more.
You still got your sperm frozen?
No, I ain't got it frozen no more. As you can see.
As you can see.
What you mean?
Like,
you got it frozen.
I'm right now. I'm just in love with kids, man.
Right.
You know, like, they just help me grind. They help me
keep you young, keep you fresh, keep
man.
You
you know, I like to go to the water park with them and
absolutely
throw water on them at night.
What's your oldest?
My oldest 14.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, she making music too. She just dropped a mixtape called Iviana Going In. Yeah, she talented too. My youngest, 3 months.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, so that was the sperm?
No.
Oh, okay.
As you can see, my youngest is 3 months.
Remember one time he said you wanted twins or something?
Yeah, I still got my sperm. I just don't know what to do with it right now.
Because you have a lot of unfrozen sperm that you can use.
Yeah, I'm still, you know, I was packed up for 5 years, you know, so I'm ready, man. I'm ready. You know, this I got drop on your arm, you pregnant.
So you just ain't found that woman?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that. It's just, you know, with having babies, you gotta be. That's a serious matter, man.
It can't be just some girls you like on Instagram that
it
we
can't
all
be
see.
some girls on Instagram that everybody done saw, that everybody done DM.
No, because we see every
Do it
time
for the
Boosie
hood,
likes somebody
Boosie,
on
man.
Instagram and leave a comment.
Go.
They repost it.
Yeah, they repost it.
You know,
They be like,
they repost
look
it,
at
man.
Boosie
They be doing. You know, I got all my girls off Instagram.
You the king of the ratchets. Do it for the hood one time, man. Go through the hood, find a nice girl that can raise them 2 twins and change her life. That's a lottery ticket.
She gonna threaten me too much.
Or Kendall Jenner.
See them hood girls, they threaten you, man.
Yeah.
You show me, you know how to.
Absolutely.
They take it too far, man. They take it too far. See, I'd rather talk to the calm down ones.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, who haven't been around the block. You know, who's something I can make something.
Right.
Them hood girls, like they gon' I go to your PO. Don't be over.
Oh.
You know.
Whoa.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah? So, hey. So, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro.
I'm sorry.
I done deal with a couple of them, and they know where to hurt you, man.
Right.
You know, a lot of, you know, the girls who I'm looking, they don't know how to hurt you as big. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not picking up for you. They might, you know, woo,
Right.
maybe put a comment on the
Subliminal.
Yeah, they might put a
yeah.
subliminal on there, but the hood girl.
He got a gun in his car right now.
It's through? Are we through? That gun over here with your fingerprints on it right now. You better come over here. Come right now.
How do you break up with a girl like that?
Basically, you gotta you gotta break up with her slow so she don't know.
Right.
You gotta break up with her before a road trip.
Okay. You just fade out.
You just fade out. You gotta fade out, but always reach back. You steady reaching back. Oh, baby, man, I've been on this road and woo.
It's not fair to you.
It's not. Hey, bro, I can't do this no more, bro. I can't do this no more. Check your mail. You know, you got something in the mail. I might hit her with something in the mail.
Little severance package.
Okay.
Okay.
Offended bag. Something, you know, to calm her down, you know, because you got to calm them down.
You got to make her break up with you.
No, they not breaking up.
Ever.
Not with rappers. No.
Okay.
Not with famous rappers.
Yeah, especially if they got a mama. The worst ones is
You
the one.
you know the mama be involved.
There you
now.
go. When they like 22,
You
24.
bet you know what
Yep. And got a
go
mama that's
home.
38,
You know
39.
where home at.
Yep.
That boy take care of home though. I don't care what that boy take. You got him down south. You better go where it's good. That boy take care of home.
That is a fact.
Now you went to the strip club the other night with $5,000, and they said you left with $4,000.
Man, I can't do the New York strip clubs. Man.
That's what I was saying when you came in here.
Like I don't go to titty bars, man. Like I might well watch Baywatch, man. Like for real, man. Your bottom cover.
Yeah, they bottom cover. You can't touch them.
Your nipples cover.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw a little bit to you, you know, because I like to see a pretty woman exposing herself and being happy what God gave her to expose herself. But if you got on a top, your nipples cover, your bottom cover, I gotta see your woman. You know, I gotta see your inside.
You want to grab their pussy like that?
I want
No.
You do not want to do that. Don't fall into that trap.
But I can't. I live in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody naked in the strip
Right.
club. Even
Atlanta's
the
known
bartenders.
For this. Atlanta's known for this strip club.
You know, and coming up here and going,
It's different.
I was like, man, they getting cheated, bro. These dudes getting cheated.
Right.
They throwing all this.
That's why they go down south and marry a stripper. They end up in love with one.
Cause that ain't no strip club. You know, like I just feel like
Why you ain't take them to Jersey? Jersey better.
No, Jersey.
Jersey a little better.
Jersey's the same
Yeah,
thing. They
Jersey's
gotta
the
be
same
covered.
thing.
The only way
They
you're
gotta
not
be covered in
covered-
Jersey,
only
too.
way you're
If
not
you don't
covered is
serve
if you don't have
liquor.
liquor.
Yeah.
Cause I asked the girl, I'm like, ain't no back room in here. You know what I'm saying? It's the law. That's what she said. It's the law
Okay,
that they can't.
Abiding by the
I
laws.
say the law. Is this the law for you? Need to come to Atlanta, but and then they nice looking out here too.
The
This
bartenders,
Spanish chick tonight.
the bartenders
I
look
say
better
they-
than strippers.
Hey, bro, you know I be on Instagram. You heard?
Right.
Man, starlets do not look like that when you go in there, man. They Instagram
the
fool you,
bartenders
bro.
are the best looking things in starlets. They better than the strippers. That's what Bernice and all them at.
Too?
Yeah, I done been all over. You know, I like going to strip clubs.
Right.
You know, I like going to strip clubs because, you know, I talk to a lot of strippers too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as friendships.
Friendship.
Yeah, because
Okay.
because you know they cool. Like they cool.
Right.
You know, basically we on the same grind.
Mm-hmm.
We going to get that fast money.
Mm-hmm.
You know. They know what they know what to do.
Sometimes it be really competitive though. Like I know the girls, you come in the strip club and you see them all competing over you, fighting with each other. A lot of them don't get along with each other.
Right.
They telling you, no, get her out of here.
Right.
Bring me and my girl up. It gets a little crazy.
That's why, you know, they have so many pretty women. That's why you always take two.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always better if you take two because two is always better than one. Because all of them mostly looking nice.
Yeah.
But you know, if you taking two, they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Even the one know what it is, but two is always better than one. Yeah.
That's a hell of a charm you got on, man. That's the Bible.
Yeah, you know.
Is that a scripture or is this?
Yeah, that's a scripture, Psalms
Okay.
23.
All right. I saw you say you a rich religious going
Yeah.
on the gram.
I just made a song, cocky like I'm from Harlem. Dude told me, nigga, you act like a Harlem. So I went and made a song yesterday. I'm cocky like I'm from Harlem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you want to get the Bible? Just
It's just a piece I thought of.
Yeah.
You know, I always think of pieces and shit like that. I'm flashy. You know, I ain't never had shit.
And a lot of things you pray on. You always say you prayed on.
Yeah, I'm close to God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm close to God. Like, you gotta have God in his life.
hell yeah.
So,
Now, are you taking care of yourself as far as the diabetes? Because I remember when you were young.
not like I'm supposed to. You know, I exercise. Then I go back on these road trips and be in the airport all day and can't eat right like I'm supposed to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard, you know, like I think just to really just get rid of it, I think I'm gonna have to just take a whole 2 months off from working. Because, you know, like you on jet planes every day.
No fast food, processed food.
Hey, bro, you know, like you don't have time to leave the airport and go do this and this. You gotta eat what they got. And by having diabetes, I have to eat at certain time.
Right.
So it's still a struggle, I ain't gonna lie.
When do you get downtime though? Because you always on the road. That's the thing people don't understand about artists like Boosie. You on the road at least 4 times a week, if not more.
Yeah. I be try to get like 2-3 days at home. I sleep every plane flight. You know, I be so tired sometimes I don't feel the plane take off or land.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had to wake me up when I got here. Like
You
you
here?
gotta get off the plane, but when you want to find the things, that's what come with it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really cry about having too much on your plate when you always wanted a lot of things, always wanted to be successful.
Right.
So how you gonna cry about too much on your plate when at one time you wanted anything on your plate?
That's a fact.
So that what my auntie always told me. Like even if I complain about anything, she gon', what you complain? She gonna blow like you complaining, and look how, you know what I'm saying. So you just gotta be grateful, man.
Yeah.
You just gotta be grateful with this life right here. They got people who ain't got nothing, man.
And you getting about what, 75 a show now?
In some areas,
Yeah.
like I'm in Oakland, I'm getting 75 in Oakland. Me and Wayne, we at the Oracle Arena next month. But you know, I take the 50s. You know, if you got a small venue, South Carolina, we'll eat the 40s and the 35s up all day. 700 seaters, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We'll do 100 House of Blues for the 35.
Word.
So I just work with whatever the venue size is.
Word.
I ain't letting nothing pass. Like I ain't letting no check pass me. You know, I ain't finna be shorted neither. But I'll work with you.
Absolutely.
You know,
And Boosie been doing that for a decade or
Long
better.
time, yep.
yeah. If your club holds 1,200, there's no way I can charge you $60,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
You want to make sure everybody makes money.
cause the promoters who keep you rich,
Right.
and all
Yeah.
of them friends.
They don't
Yeah,
want to
right.
lose and then be like, nah, I lost
Nah,
money.
so that's what dudes mess up. They go try to tax these dudes these high numbers. A promoter don't care. He's not your friend.
Right.
He only thing he care about is who can make him money.
Business, right.
He will go get the localest rapper for $6,500 if he got a buzz.
That's a fact.
He will
can
book
pack out
him
the
every
club.
week.
That's
Right.
a fact.
So it's not about that. You know, it's just about how you can make everybody happy.
Right.
You know, if you charge him $35,000-$40,000 for that club, and he make $90,000, $100,000, he gonna book you that same night, that next morning, before he will book you again.
Right. And everybody would book you. They'd be like,
right.
You know he can't. Yeah.
Let me get him for that same number before that album come out and this price go up
right.
again.
And you tell the other promoters who just book you, you go to your friends. If they won't get me for 40, know what you do? You put 43 on top. You win you 3,000.
Right.
You think he ain't going call his friend?
No, I feel you on that. You don't never want promoters to lose money.
Now, that's a good way of thinking, though. Are you surprised how much the East Coast really fucks with Boosie?
You know, it was so hard to get the East Coast on me in 04 and 05, bro. But now, I'm getting 65 in Baltimore.
That's one of your biggest markets, Baltimore.
That's one of my biggest markets, and it's crazy because when I look on my sound scan, I see Baltimore as one of my highest selling cities. I'd be like, I'm on that East Coast now, I'm on that East Coast now, and it's just a blessing, bro, because when people gravitate to you, like a lot of people go through what I've been through, and that's the people who adapt to it first. Right. The other people adapt to it. A lot of people adapt to people's music off social media.
Mm-hmm. Right.
A lot of people heard about my troubles before they heard my music. Right. A lot of people, I was coming home, people like, I ain't know you. I heard about you when this and that. I'm like, damn, so good or bad publicity sometimes bring eyes to you.
Now, what about, I was reading about you and Kevin Gates and your crews, like not getting along with each other. Where does that stand now?
That wasn't nothing, bro. That was some stuff when he was coming off stage, I was going on stage. He hollered at me before I went on stage. I hollered at him. Something happened with his DJ wasn't moving in time or something. And my people was trying to hook up and something went off. My people be on that. Right. They be on that.
You know that you don't never tell them calm down though?
Yeah, I be telling them calm down, but sometimes they be itching. And once I'm on stage and I'm doing my thing, I ain't got time to handle what's going on back there.
Right, happen fast.
Right. It wasn't nothing between me and Gates.
Okay.
It was my entourage telling his entourage to do the move get the we was finna set up and plug up, woo go ahead. I heard his entourage says his DJ said something and handle their business.
But they gotta understand though, you on parole though, so your name can't be associated to none of that kind of stuff.
Right. I got on about it, but just glad that ain't escalate.
Because that leads to you having to have a conversation too. Like, listen, we ain't got no problems.
Oh no, I ain't gotta have no conversation with nobody. Yeah,
okay.
I ain't gotta have no.
Asking.
Yeah, I ain't gotta have no conversation. I don't rap beef.
Mm-hmm.
Like I ain't, like if you do your research on me, I don't rap beef, and I don't play that rap beef.
I know.
I don't have time for people to talk about my family, people who I love, talk about my girl, just deteriorate me for no reason. Like. If you do that to me, you my enemy. Mm-hmm. Like if you I don't play that rap. If somebody rap about me, I won't even say nothing back. Now I'm not like that. I'm not a battle rapper. I'm not a, I ain't come up battle rapping talking about people. I ain't come up, people just start mess with you for nothing. And that's why I be feeling like when I be seeing all that rap, I be like, the
songs back and forth and everything.
Yeah, just let it go. If ain't nobody gonna take it there, like really take it there. Every time we see each other, it's gonna be gunshots, it's gonna be blood. Just let it go. Mm-hmm. Cause most of the time the best rapper win. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like all that rap beef, it just needs to cease, man, because everybody making money. Right. We ain't gotta all us making money. We ain't gotta try to deteriorate nobody's character. And all this, the world different now. Nobody don't care if you a real
nobody
nigga and all that.
How tough you are.
They think how your music sounds. It's not about who paying SAG the hardest, who got this, who talking about this and did this. It's not about that no more. It's about who make music.
Right. But that's good that we was having this conversation yesterday about the difference between real and criminal. Like some people think that doing criminal things make you real.
Nah. I feel like being real is helping your family, doing for your family, and making other people better around you. Yep. Just because you sell drugs don't make you no criminal. mean don't make you real.
Yep.
You ain't no realer than a college student who wake up every morning who gotta go fraternities, band, woo de woo de woo. Right. When all we do is wake up and sell dope every day when people come down the street.
Yep.
So really, they job way harder than ours.
Yep.
So and most of them ain't telling on their friend. You know, the fraternity, they love they boy.
Yeah,
most of them ain't telling on their friend. Niggas in the hood, they telling every day.
Yeah.
Cause they don't want to leave that puss. You know, that's why they telling. No, real shit, that's why they tell. They be talking about they hating on their boy. No, they old lady out here. She looking good. She fucking the shit out of me every night, and they don't want to leave the shit, man. They don't want to leave the they know I can rat, I can do this. Yeah. My is gonna ride with me to that next state and be undercover with me. In protective custody and there. Don't want go to that pen and send him a picture with his bitch hugged up on another with all that with got on their chain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be want to leave the that's why they tell him, man.
Wow.
Let's crack some of that Boosie juice, man.
That's right. Well, we appreciate you for joining us.
You already know.
Boosie Badazz. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in.